Hello everyone, myself Dr. Aditya Gupta. So in this video I wanted to talk about how do you use your Q-banks as far as your NEET PG prep or INI CET prep is considered. So first of all, the first question you are obviously going to ask me is कौन सा use करना है, तो I'll say very bluntly, Maro is the best one out there. I know a lot of people think that I'm anti-Maro, but the truth is that I just pointed out some cons of Maro. बस उस पर बवाल बच गया. Let's not get into that. But the thing is that as far as Q-banks is concerned, there is absolutely no doubt that Maro Q-bank has essentially perfected everything. It also has its some cons. There's no doubt about that. I'll come to that. But that's where the question of using the Q-bank effectively comes into being. I remember back in my Quora answers back in 2018, man, when I used Maro, जब Maro actually में popular था भी नहीं, I compared it to it, said it's Indian U World. For those who don't know U World is a Q-bank which is used for USMLE preparation, and it's something which is pretty much used by everyone. Something like Maro also, because it's now essentially being used by everyone. That, by the way, also does not mean कि FOMO में आ जाओ. Other Q-banks are also equally good, if not better. So if you're using let's say PrepLadder, if you're using let's say eGurukul, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मारो का Q-bank की सब्सक्रिप्शन लेनी है, पैसे बर्बाद नहीं करने हैं. स्टिक टू वन रिसोर्स. फोमो नहीं आना क्योंकि किसी और ने कुछ बोला है, बट जो यूज़ कर रहे हो उसको कैसे बेटर यूज़ करना है उसके लिए वीडियोस देख लो. उसके लिए तो हूँ मैं यहाँ पे. सो पहली चीज़ याद रखो दैट एवरी क्वेश्चन इन Q-bank इज़ नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. A lot of people tend to think that Q-bank पूरा का पूरा कर लिया तो मेरी रैंक आ जाएगी. No, not every question in the Q-bank is important. There are certain questions which are known as filler questions. These filler questions are there in every exam also. They are there to just fill the paper. और if you mark the answer तो वो actually 90% of the time गलत ही होने वाला है और तुम्हारी रैंक नीचे जाने वाली है. The classical example being if people who have given the May INI, the letrozole half-life. No one knows half-life of letrozole. That question is not there to determine your rank. That question is there कि you mark it and you mark it wrong, and when you mark it wrong your rank goes down. So not every question both in the paper and in the Q-bank is important. Second, similarly, not every explanation obviously of that question is also not important. Not every explanation is important. It's possible sometimes the question is important, explanation is not important. So how do you start utilizing your Q-bank effectively? So I'll come. So first important thing is that you should use previous year questions much more than Q-bank, especially as far as INI is considered. If you would have given the INI, you would have realized that AIMS ka, the pet thing about AIMS is that its focus is much more on first and second prof. Medicine is asked much less, and even if medicine is asked, it can actually be covered with pathology and pharmacology. So if you're targeting INI, previous year questions are a must. NEET PG also, previous year questions are a must. Both INI and NEET PG, because now NEET PG has changed its trend and it has become much more clinical rather than being one-liners. It earlier used to be in 2017 or 18. Second thing, so first you have to do previous year questions. Let's say you are doing pharmacology and you have your subject-wide test in Maro or whichever app you are using for that matter. Let's say PrepLadder को use कर रहे हो या eGurukul को use कर रहे हो तो there will be एक हफ्ते बाद subject-wide test pharma का है. So you prepare for pharmacology. थर्ड ईयर में नोट्स थे या तुमने नोट्स बनाए हुए हैं या जैसे तुम फर्स्ट एड यूज़ कर रहे हो तो यू प्रिपेयर यूजिंग दैट. So first do previous year question. What happens with previous year question basically is that you will get to know what examiner wants. This is the example I gave in my post that antiarrhythmic seems like a very tough topic. It is a very tough topic. Now it's not that we don't have to do antiarrhythmics because questions have been asked sometimes. But if you actually go through the past previous year question, you realize that antiarrhythmics is not something which is asked very frequently. Compare it with, let's say I compare it with monoclonal antibodies or more specifically your checkpoint inhibitors. So INI AIMS very frequently has asked checkpoint inhibitors. Especially in 2018, the Nobel Prize was given for checkpoint inhibitors, and from then AIMS almost always has asked about checkpoint inhibitors. So previous year question will make you realize which is a very high yield topic because the probability of it being repeated is more versus let's say a topic which is the probability of which is repeating is less. Second thing that you have to realize after doing previous year question, you come to the actual Q-bank. Now use Q-bank as a learning resource, not कि इसमें मेरे को 100% मार्क्स लेकर आने हैं, नहीं. यूज़ इट एज अ लर्निंग रिसोर्स कि ये चीज़ ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसकी एक्सप्लेनेशन लिख लेता हूँ, ये चीज़ थोड़ी कम इंपॉर्टेंट है, छोड़ देता हूँ, एंड ओवरऑल अ पिक्चर कि हाउ मच आई नो अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक. So how do you get to know whether that particular question is actually a good question, a bad question, or something which you definitely know? अगर तुम एक randomly क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करो तो what is the probability that you will get the answer right? The answer is 25%. Now see the percentage in whichever app that you are using for that matter कि कितने परसेंट से कम लोग कितने परसेंट लोगों ने उसका आंसर सही किया. तो probability भी यही बोलती है कि 25% लोग तो सही करेंगे, right? तो किसी क्वेश्चन में इफ somebody the answer people who are answering it is 10%, 15% या 20%, मतलब तुम ये सोचो, think about it that way, that question is so tough that it's so tough, it's tougher than probability also to get 25%, right? So such tough questions genuinely most of the times are not asked. Your energy should not be spent on these tough questions. Your energy should be spent on easy and medium level questions, which will make up the bulk of the exam. All right. The ideal percentage, in my opinion, is 30 to 70%. These are the questions which make the bulk of the exam, or similar questions which make the bulk of the exam. Okay. Questions which have 85% or 90% people getting it correctly, these are what are known as the sitters. This is what examiner has given to you. Yeah, जा बेटा, जा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी, you know. देखो एक आसान क्वेश्चन देता ना, एटलीस्ट एक क्वेश्चन तो सही करके आओ. ये क्वेश्चन you should never ever attempt these questions wrong. These are those questions. Let's say I'll take a random example. I'll take the example of pharmacology again, for example, and they ask you that which of the following is an antagonist of adrenaline, let's say, and options में एक बीटा ब्लॉकर हो, बाकी सब एट्रोपिन, फिजियोस्टिग्मिन है, सब कुछ हो. तो ये सिटर क्वेश्चन हो गया, है ना, कि एड्रेनलिन का एंटागनिस्ट क्या हुआ, बीटा ब्लॉकर, ऑब्वियसली नॉट फुल्ली एंटागनिस्ट हुआ, बट एटलीस्ट बीटा एक्शन को ब्लॉक कर रहा है. बाकी सब उन्होंने जैसे एट्रोपिन, फिजियोस्टिग्मिन या क्या कहते हैं कोई और रैंडम ड्रग ग्लाइकोपाइरोलेट दिया हो. तो ये सिटर क्वेश्चन होते हैं, बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन होते हैं. तुम्हें सिर्फ इसलिए दिए जाते हैं कि एग्जाम में सही करो. इन क्वेश्चन को सही मार्क करना है. डोंट नीड टू गो थ्रू द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन बिकॉज दे आर बाय देमसेल्व्स रियली easy questions. 30 to 70% are the questions which you should focus upon. Now, so basically previous year question and QBank go hand in hand. When you have done your previous year questions, so first focus on previous year question, do your previous year questions, then do QBank. When you have done your previous year question, you will get a hang of the things कि okay ये question ना बार बार पूछा गया है, so it's a probability QBank में, that's why this is there in QBank, or a rateable question is there in QBank. And you will also realize that this question has never been asked in past 5 years. Or has never been asked neither in NEET nor in INI. So you'll also realize, and it is very tough, the percentage people who are answering it correct is around 25%, 20%. You realize it's a filler question. The probability of it coming is low. So just remember the answer to that question, that particular question, just in case it's asked, but don't go too depth into it. Basically you will get an idea कि ये चीज़ ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये कम इंपॉर्टेंट है, ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना है. Now coming to the explanation part, तो previous year question की explanations are a must. So let's say कि if the QBank was there in 2020 when the PD1 was given for the first time, or your program death inhibitors, your checkpoint inhibitors was given for the first time, the explanation obviously will have other options of checkpoint inhibitors. So those explanations obviously are important because next time also they ask you about checkpoint inhibitors, but a different checkpoint inhibitors. So explanations of previous year questions are a must. They should be in your notebook, whichever one you are using. If you had pre-made notes, you should add to that. If you're using first aid, let's assume, then you should add to that. If you're using, if you have already had your handwritten written notes from any coaching, you should add to that. The explanations and the concept related to a previous year question is a must. Okay. Now as far as rest question की उसमें कैसे decide करें, तो see, if the reference is a journal article, then frankly forget, भूल जाओ. These are two tough questions. There was a saying at my point of time, and it's perfectly valid right now. Don't run after controversial question. If you waste your time doing controversial question, you yourself will become controversial. Stick to the things which are asked repeatedly and again, and try to get a good, exam mein every question is of equal marks. That controversial question is also a 1 mark. That easy question is also a 1 mark. Your strategy should be that you should get the easy question right rather than running after those controversial questions, right? So if there is an question whose reference is a article, journal article or something, bhul jao. There's no point doing it. That is a filler question. If the reference is a standard textbook, let's say it's Robbins or KDT, and it has something similar has been asked in a previous year question, or it's that 30 to 70% bracket, 50% have answered this correctly, 50% have not answered this correctly, and it's a decently conceptual question which you realize that you could have answered it correctly but you did not know the concept, then put down that concept in whichever thing that you're using, be it first aid, be it your notes, be it your pre-made notes, or whatever it is. Okay, so these should be your guideline principles while using your QBank. Alright, previous year question followed by QBank. Previous year question will give you what I will call as a hang, which is more important, what is not more important. Solve QBank. In QBank, get into the habit of removing the filler questions. Ki journal article reference ho gaya, people who are getting it 10% correct, 15% correct. Why? Because they're too tough questions. So these are the filler questions. Rest, Explanation of previous year questions, definitely. Explanation of questions which are conceptual, definitely. So if there are certain questions which are just fact based, then just remember it. If you want to write it down, fair enough, but just remember it and move on. This will ensure that you utilize your time most efficiently. Thank you and have a nice day.